These are the 3 best center builds for all game modes in 2K24. Starting off, we're making an inside center build. So for the position, we're going center, and then for the height, we're going with 7 foot. 7-foot builds this year are really tall, but then also really fast for some reason. So yeah, 7 foot's just a great height. For the weight, we're gonna go down to 246 pounds, and then for the wingspan, we're gonna max this out at 7'10", since after all, I'm making an inside center build. Now, I forgot to say this at the beginning of the video, but please subscribe to the channel. We're trying to hit 40k subs, and also like the video too. On this build, you're able to get a 99 standing dunk rating, which obviously is so good. You're gonna be gaming on absolutely everyone with Hall of Fame rise up and Hall of Fame fast switch. As well, you're gonna get a 75 driving dunk and a 68 close shot. The only time you're taking a close shot on this build is if you're in a terrible position, but if you're just smart and you know when to go up with a dunk, majority of the time you're going to be getting a standing contact dunk. So really, you don't need that high close shot on this build. That 75 driving dunk is very helpful. You're going to do driving dunks consistently, and you can also control offs. This is an inside center build, but we are going to upgrade the shooting a little bit, just the free throw to a 55. After that, for the pass accuracy, we're putting this up to an 86. The reason why I did this is because I want this build to be very good in the 5v5 game mode. And at 86 pass accuracy, you can get gold break starter. Now, I personally don't think the difference between silver and gold break starters is super big deal. Your passes definitely are a little bit faster, and they do get better catch animations. So I don't think it's super important, but if you're making a build for strictly 5v5, then get an 86 pass accuracy. If you're making a build for all game modes, then just go with a 75. Of course, we're going to need some rebound on this build. We're going to put up our defensive rebound to a 93 to give us Hall of Fame box out beast and a gold rebound chaser. And as well, we're going to get an 82 offensive rebound. After that, we're going to go up to a 92 for the block rating and a 77 for the interior defense. This is going to give us gold anchor, which is going to allow us to protect the rim very easily, especially since we have max wingspan. And then we're wrapping this up with a 58 perimeter defense and a 60 steal rating. 58 perimeter defense will give you a bronze off-ball pest, and then 60 steal will give you bronze intercept. The thing that I love about this build is that you're able to yam on everyone on offense, but then most people can't dunk on you because most people do not have a 99 standing dunk for some reason in this game. And at 7 foot with a 7'10" wingspan and a gold anchor, the only way they're getting a contact dunk is if they do have that 99 standing dunk rating. So yeah, the rim protection is very good, and the rebounding is also very good. You're getting so many rebounds, and with Hall of Fame box out beast, you're literally boxing out everyone. Finally, for the physicals, you guys pretty much see it right now. 90 strength gives you Hall of Fame box out beast, immovable enforcer on gold, and brick wall on gold. 80 vertical is going to give you that gold chase down artist, and then 93 stamina is also pretty solid. In my opinion, if you're going to make an inside center for 5v5, this is the build for you right here. Inside the paint, you're just absolutely dominating, and also you're pretty fast. This build is definitely very fun to use. As you can see, we get shades of Wilt, Rudy Gobert, and Clint Capella, and it comes out to be a glass cleaning interior threat, which kind of doesn't make sense, doesn't it? Alright, so that right there is the best 5v5 inside center build. This next build is going to be more of a park build, or you could run this at the power forward position if you're playing 5v5. So right here for the position, we're going to go with center, but as I said, you could go power forward too. And for the height, we're going to go with 6'9". For the wingspan, you're going to want this at 7'6", and then for the weight, you're going to put this at 231. On this build, you're still going to be very fast, very strong, and have good shooting. 7'6" wingspan is so good for defense, but then your shooting is also very crazy. And then on this build, you're going to be pretty strong and pretty fast at the same time, which is definitely very nice. But you guys pretty much see right here what you're going to get for the physical. 75 speed is very good, 67 acceleration, 90 strength, obviously very crazy, and then 75 vert and 92 stamina. The thing I love most about this build is just the defense. Starting these off, we're getting an 89 steal rating, which is going to give us gold interceptor, and then we're also getting an 85 perimeter defense for silver clamps. With those 2 badges, guarding the pick and roll is so much easier. Of course, we do also need to be able to stop bigs in the paint, so we're going to get gold anchor as well with a 92 block rating, a 77 interior. In order to grab rebounds, of course, we're getting that 93 defensive rebound, a 65 offensive rebound. To be honest, on this build, you're not really going to be going for as many offensive rebounds as you were with the previous build, but you definitely can get offensive rebounds as long as you're in a good position, because you're still getting Hall of Fame box out beast and gold rebound chaser. Because even though you only have a 65 offensive rebound, you're still getting Hall of Fame box out beast and gold rebound chaser, so you definitely can get offensive rebounds. Now, if for some reason you guys don't believe me and you want to like even out the rebound ratings, go for it. This is just my recommendation. The thing I love most about this build is just its ability to keep up with bigs in the paint. Like, even if I go up against a 7'3" center, all I have to do is box him out and get the rebound, and I definitely can still get stops in the paint. And if I ever get switched onto a guard, or I have to like play a side on the pick and roll, I definitely can do that with very good perimeter defense and good steal, which is honestly why this build is so good. In my opinion, if you want to make a build for park, you're gonna need at least some shooting. So you guys see we're getting an 84 mid-range rating, which is gonna give us a gold midi magician, so you definitely can create your own shot on this build. And then we're also getting a 78 3-point rating. You're gonna be knocking down threes consistently, as well as an 84 mid-range rating. You're getting gold catch and shoot, silver deadeye, and silver green machine, and you're unlocking all the best jump shots in this game. Now, if you guys were paying attention earlier in the video, you guys probably already know I'm putting this up to 75. I want this build to be able to play both rec center and park. Now, on this build, you could get a very high driving dunk rating if you wanted to, but I decided to go with high standing dunk first with a 65 standing dunk rating. That way way we can just get staying dunks consistently. And then we're also gonna get a 70 driving dunk rating. This build can catch lobs if it's open. It's definitely not like a lob threat build like the previous one was. And you're definitely not gonna be getting contact dunks on this build. So for this reason, this build does require a little bit more skill. But what I like about this build is that whenever you are open, you're getting a dunk consistently. But unlike the previous build, you're not getting bailed out with contacts. All around, this build right here is gonna be such a good popper for Park. And then in rec center, it's gonna be a very crazy power forward build that, to be honest, probably could also run the 5 if you're a little bit more skilled and you have other pretty solid rebounders on your team. And you guys see, it comes out to be a spawn up threat, which is honestly such a boring name. But like, do people really care about the names in this game? Moving on to the next build, this build right here is gonna be a very good all-around build that can really play any game mode. You guys see, for the height, we're going with 7'1" this time. In comparison to the first build, you're gonna be a little bit slower, but you're getting that 1 extra inch. Then for the wingspan, we're gonna put this up to 7'11", which is honestly so good. And then for the weight, we're putting this down to 249 pounds, which will make us a little faster, yes. Now the finishing on this build is gonna be very similar to the finishing of the first build, but the only difference is you're only gonna get a 92 standing dunk rating this time, which is gonna give you gold rise up and gold fast switch instead of Hall of Fame rise up and Hall of Fame fast switch. With that being said, obviously you're not gonna be getting as many standing contact dunks, but you definitely will get a ton of contact dunks if you ever get switched onto someone that's like 6'8" or shorter, which in Park actually happens more than you would think. Now this build right here is gonna get a 74 3-point rating. If you guys are looking at the 74 3-point rating and you're thinking to yourself, I will never be able to make a shot, then probably don't make this build. But if you guys are confident in your ability to time your jump shot correctly, you definitely can green on this build. Most of the shots you're taking on this build is just gonna be catch and shoot shots. You're not really gonna be creating your own shot ever. For me at least, I'm able to green very consistently with just a 74 3-point rating, and I'm sure most of you guys will also be able to green with it. 74 3-point rating is way better than it should be. Then for the pass accuracy, we're putting this up to just a 75. Depending on what game mode you play, you could go with higher pass accuracy if you wanted to. Then probably the best part of this build is the 99 offense rebound you're able to get. This is gonna allow you to get so many offensive boards with Hall of Fame box out beats and Hall of Fame rebound chaser. And since you're also getting very good dunking, as soon as you grab the board, just hold square, you're gonna be yamming it so often because usually they're not in the best defensive position. Of course, your rim protection is gonna be very good, especially since you're 7'1" with 7'11" wingspan. And then for the perimeter defense, we're putting this up to a 58. Now, obviously, I did not upgrade steal whatsoever. To be honest, on a slow big man build like this, you really shouldn't be going for that many steals. So it's not a super big deal, but it would be nice to get at least some level of interceptor. Now, taking a look at the physicals, you guys will probably notice that you are kind of slow on this build. And the reasoning for this is because on this build, you're not going to be doing a ton of slips like you were on the first build. You're not really going to be doing a ton of pick and rolls either. Like, you definitely can set screens. Most of the time on this build, I'm just spacing the floor, and then whenever a shot goes up, I go for the offensive rebound. And as you can see, it comes out to be a glass clean. With that being said, that's the top 3 center builds in this game. Please subscribe.